everybody. Me and my friends are going to talk about word stress in 3 syllables. But now I would like to make a little introduction of English word stress. Okay. Word stress is your magic key to understand spoken English. Native speakers of English use it very naturally. They do it so natural that they don't notice. But, for example, non-native speakers could have many problems with the word stress. For example, they find it difficult to understand native speakers, especially those speaking fast. And the native speakers may find it difficult to understand them. But what is word stress? In English, we don't say the same syllable with the same force or strength. In one word, we accentuate one syllable. We say one syllable very loudly and the other syllables very quietly. For example, let's take 3 words. Okay, we have photograph, photography, and photographer. Do they sound the same when spoken? No, because we accentuate one syllable in each word, and it is not always the same syllable. Okay. But why is word stress important? Word stress is not used in all languages. For example, Japanese or French, they pronounce each syllable with equal emphasis. But, for example, English, they use word stress. Word stress is not an optional extra that you can add in English language if you want. It is part of the language. English speakers use word stress to communicate rapidly, even in difficult conditions. And if, for example, you don't understand a word clearly, you can still understand the word because of the position of stress. Thanks.
In order to understand the stress in syllables in words, we must firstly understand how the words are separated in English. In Spanish, like in other languages, the syllables are separated by the letters or the vowels that are in the word. But in English, it's different. In English, the words are divided, the syllables are divided in order to the sound. For example, every syllable must contain a vowel or a vowel sound. We have rhythm. Rhythm is a word that doesn't have any vowel, but there are 2 syllables. Rhythm, because there is a vowel sound in each syllable. In 3-syllable words, the stress are considered because of the prefix or the suffix that are in the words. For example, for the suffix that are the last syllable of the words, we have those ones that end in ER, OR, LY. The stress is placed on the first syllable. We have direct, director, order, orderly, manage, manager. As you can hear, the stress is in the first syllable. Director, orderly, manager. Also, another examples are finally, family. Also, the words that end in consonant or Y, the stress are in the first syllable. For example, rarity, optimal, gradient, container. In the first syllable is the stress. Rarity, optical, gradient, container.
Hi, I'm George, and now I'm going to talk about the words ending in E, is, ik, and et. The words ending in this suffix generally place the stress on the suffix, obviously. For example, E, we have agree, jamboree, guarantee. We have also refugee. Ending in ear, sightseer, puppeteer. We have also engineer. Ending in is, we have Siamese, Japanese, cheese. Taking this example as the nationality, we have also Portuguese, Chinese, and so on. Ending in et, cassette, corvette, tablette. Ending in ik, unique, physique. Now the prefixes. Generally, the prefixes do not take stress in a word. There are some exceptions, but that's another story. For example, we have example, explanation, examine. If you notice, the stress is not in the prefix, but in the other syllables. We have inside, inefficient, interest. With miss, we have misspoke, mistake, and misspelled. And finally, we have with precede, prearranged, and preliminary. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Danny, following the 3 syllable words, and for to understand, in this case, in various endings. This stress is going to come on the syllable right before the suffix. This applies to words of all syllable length. For example, in able, we have the word audible, and durable, with the suffix "ary," primary, diary, library, with the suffix "cial," judicial and non-social, with the suffix "cian," musician, physician, and clinician, with the suffix "ery," bakery, and scenery, with the suffix "graphy," calligraphy, bibliography, and stenography, with the suffix "ian," comedian, civilian, and technician, with the suffix "ik," archaic, platonic, and synthetic, with the suffix "ical," magical, logical, and critical, with the suffix "x," diabetics, and pediatrics, with the suffix "ion," classification, reposition, and vegetation, with the suffix "ity," immunity, gravity, and vanity, the suffix "ion," helium, aluminum, and premium, with the suffix "imum," minimum, maximum, and optimum, with the suffix "logi," biology, cardiology, and radiology, and the last with the suffix "ta," capital, bicostal, and recital.
Okay, you put a stress on the second syllable from the end of the word. I-C-S-I-O-N and T-I-O-N. For example, we have the word iconic. That as you can see, the stress word is before the suffix. Iconic. We have the word importation. That the stress word is the second and before the suffix "to." That is the stress. Importation, tension. And the last one, we have the word nutrition. That is also before the suffix. That is S-I-O-N and T-I-O-N. You put a stress on the third from end syllable with the word that end with the suffix cy, ty, P-H-Y-D-Y-N-A-L. For example, we have the word democracy. We have the stress word here before the suffix. Treaty. Treaty. We have the second the stress here before the suffix. Geography, allergy, and nautical.